Hi, Steve Cooper, Rank Success, and this is another video in relation to news about Rank Success and some of the successes and some of the things I've been doing lately for those of you that are interested in going for promotion to Sergeant, primarily Inspector and Chief Inspector. And for those of you that may be interested, at the weekend, last weekend just gone, and I'll put a link to it below this video, I had a very engaging chat with Harry Tangye, ex-ARV Sergeant, best-selling author of Firearms and Fatals and his new novel, The Cornish Scoop. So we kind of met up at the weekend on a kind of a conference call and just had a little chat in the afternoon as part of his frontline chat videos, and we just talked about promotion, what it was like for him, what I think some of the main mistakes are that officers make that are going for promotion at the moment, and just chewed the fat really about promotion, all things promotion, and maybe we'll have another one in due course, who knows. But I enjoyed it anyway. It was a good way to spend an afternoon. Some newfangled IT that Harry uses that it was quite easy to use in the end, but we had a little bit of a trial beforehand, and so here I am on the road. I'm up in Cheshire at the moment, and as you can see, I'm in a sparse leading brand hotel room, and just taking the opportunity to kind of share some food for thought, some updates around successes, and to let you know about the chat that I had with Harry, and just to kind of let you also know that on my site I have made it a lot easier now for people, because I put so much free information out there, so free blogs, free podcasts, free YouTube videos to do with CVF and approaching your promotion opportunity. Some people ring me and say, hey Steve, I'm looking at your site, I'm really busy, I've got the afternoon off, and I'm trying to work out what it is I need. Worry no more, think no more. There are now 2 clear pages on there. If you're going specifically for promotion from PC to Sergeant, you can find a page there. And if you're going for Inspector and Chief Inspector, then it's made a lot clearer there for you. You can still navigate the site if you want to, and I'd encourage you to do that, because there's lots of food for thought on there. Everybody learns differently. So there's something there for you to read with the blogs, to watch with the YouTube videos, and to listen with the podcast, and to mix and match as you want to support your learning and your incremental improvement towards becoming a match fit promotion candidate. Okay, so I wanted to just share with you a couple of updates that have happened over the last week or so. There's been quite a few, a real good run. I mean, occasionally I do these videos. I did say at the very first one, I think, that I probably wouldn't do more of these, but I get asked to do more of these. People say, I really enjoy your updates, Steve, not just your testimonials page where we can see for ourselves, but to listen to the stories of other people. So with that in mind, I've had a real good run recently. Well, candidates have had a real good run. I haven't had a good run, but they have been very kind enough to share some feedback and food for thought with me. And this one is one that I haven't got permission to use this one yet. I always ask permission because for lots of different reasons, which I've covered in other videos, but the other ones I have, and I shall use them in a minute. But this one is, hi Steve, I'm just starting to go through the Chief Inspector process, and I'm currently acting Chief Inspector. There's an opportunity coming up soon. What material would be best for me this time? So this time he's saying, because he was successful going from Sergeant to Inspector last time, and I'm always putting new content out there, and I'm always updating my toolkit so that they are as current as you can get. And he's saying here, a number of my officers have used your material. I was top in force in the 2020 inspector process. My sergeant colleague was top police inspector on the inspectors in 2021, and one of my constables has just recently come top as a sergeant. So, and they can't praise your stuff enough. So I just thought I'm going to get that one in at the beginning of the video, because I'm really proud of that kind of stuff. So there's 3 people there and they keep coming back. So, word of mouth referrals, that's the kind of stuff I like to hear. And it's very good that people are kind enough to share that with me, because they don't have to. and it's nice to kind of get it in that way. So I'll be replying that you know, the best or the first visit really is the Chief Inspector Digital Toolkit. It comes with a masterclass, a 4-hour promotion masterclass. You can buy it without. There is a 20% saver code, which is RS Guides 20, all block capitals, one word, and no gaps. And that'll get you 20% off any of the products at any time. So some people like to download the toolkit, work through it, and then think, hey, I want to sit back now, reflect, and I want to listen to the promotion masterclass to see whether it hits any new points and to pick up all the aha moments and light bulb moments as I move towards my opportunities, so that you're well briefed and you're well prepared, and you can mix and match all the material that I put in there for you, together with your own experience, policing experience, and your own drive, determination, enthusiasm to get through the process. Okay, the second one is from Mosen, and this is a recent testimonial. Steve, I hope you're well. I just wanted to get in touch and thank you for your products, which I use during my promotion boards. I purchased the PC to Sergeant's material, but what I found incredibly useful was your free material, which is extremely vast. I used your 80 plus YouTube videos and podcasts to consolidate my own knowledge, experience and learning on the job. I'm pleased to say I genuinely enjoyed my boards and embraced the opportunity. Your in-depth, logical and technical information was right on point and made me think deeper and laterally. Your stuff around VUCA, that's volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous, PESTEL, which is a strategic thinking tool, and CARLI, which is a model you can use to structure your interview responses, was brilliant, and having some sort of structure is the way forward. I will confess I didn't do any mock interviews, as I hate the thought of them, and was in the end reliant upon my common sense, my experiences, and in large part the material from you. Thank you for everything and sincerely appreciate your efforts. So that's a really good one. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, Mosen alludes to 2 boards there, or to boards. So sometimes there's a couple of different aspects to a process. So I've alluded before previously in some forces where you have a half-hour interview, diversity, equality and inclusion, before you go in and have your main promotion board. So it's a stiff test, and that will reflect your success, or chances of success will be reflected in the depth of preparation that you do beforehand, which is where the materials come in. Yes, there is a vast, I alluded to it just now, there is a vast amount of information there for free. That's because I want to give it for free. I want to be able to support and to challenge and to respectfully provoke your thinking around the topic of promotion, to understand that, you know, if you aim to come first, if you aim to come top, then generally, as alluded to earlier on in the first testimonial, that's a mindset, and you do. It's transformative when you listen to podcasts for free. It's transformative when you watch YouTube videos, and it really does support your promotion preparation, effective, meaningful preparation for a promotion opportunity. When you accept you actually may be a very, very experienced cop, but you can't possibly know everything. And sometimes someone actually said to me a while back, I can't remember the exact words they said, but I'm glad you've written down everything I thought I needed to know, even though I didn't know it, if that makes sense. So that's what I've done. I've written down essentially in those digital toolkits what I wish someone had written for me years ago when I was a young constable going for sergeant, where I didn't really know what I was doing, if the truth be told. But I'd kind of wisened up a little bit by the time I went for inspector, and I didn't want to go through the process again, so it was important for me to do everything I could to get through, and I did first time. And there are many, many people you'll see on my testimonials who have followed that same kind of broad plan of preparation, and then mix their own experiences in, their own examples and evidence, and smash it at the ballpark, which is always what I would encourage you to do. So that one that Mosen talked to me about is important for me as feedback. VUCA, I've written some blogs around that, volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. That's the environment you're choosing to step into as a aspiring promotion candidate. So don't be surprised that there's a whole lot of volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity in it, and it helps sometimes if you've got a meaningful, short, plan to help you think and your approach that you take towards promotion opportunities. Pestel, you'll find the blog on my page, you'll see it, it's multicolored letters, Pestel, and you'll see all the things there that if you're going for inspector, chief inspector, will help you start opening up very, very quickly some of your strategic thinking, and there's some kind of pointers, signposting direction around strategic thinking, and of course in the inspector and digital in the inspector and chief inspector digital toolkit there's a whole load of stuff there around strategic thinking, which is what you need to do to move through from the from the inspecting ranks to chief inspecting ranks, and then what I call crossing the Rubicon in terms of your skills development as you move on towards senior leadership positions, so knocking on the door of superintendent. So have a look at those blogs, they're free, and there's plenty of links in there, and you'll find a saver code in there if you choose to download them. Okay, this one is from Louise, who is kind enough to send this in. I just wanted to let you know that I've successfully passed my Sergeant's Board. I purchased your extremely helpful toolkits and listened to every podcast and watched every YouTube video you've provided, and I can't thank you enough, as I really felt it helped me get into the right mindset and get me through the process. I was recommended to Rank Success by a colleague who got through the process with the help of your toolkits. Reading the testimonials was another reason for me to use your help and guidance. Thank you again, and I'll be in touch in a couple of years when I'm ready to face the Inspector's Board. So that's almost a fairly typical kind of bit of feedback there, that they were recommended to Rank Success by a colleague who'd got through previously with the help of the toolkits. Reading the testimonials, well, again, I don't put them there. I mean, for me, the testimonials are really important. One, I'm very proud of them. Two, when I started this as a business, I wanted something to be proof of the pudding, because I'm very conscious that you're sat here listening to me in my dulcet bummy tones thinking, well, yeah, that's all very well, Steve, you know, boogaloo, but could it work for me? Will it work for me? I believe it can, and I believe it will, as it has done for many other people, if you apply yourself seriously to the challenge ahead. And often when I encourage people to think about going for promotion, it's very much around an intelligence-based approach. So people have a high degree of uncertainty, and that can help with, you know, lack of confidence, or that results in a lack of confidence and a bit of anxiousness, you know. And if you approach it with an intelligence approach, that generally it's 45 minutes to an hour. It's a competency-based interview based on the competency and values framework, generally, or most often in forces. That means that you're going to be asked 6 questions. So if you do the division there, that's, you know, if you get an hour, 6 questions, 10 minutes each. It's unlikely to be that. It's generally about 5, 6, 7 minutes you get. And from when the promotion panel open their mouth to ask you a question, which if you do the work, you can quite easily and reasonably anticipate and get ahead of the curve, you can respond confidently because your brain says, hey, I've heard this before. I've practiced this. I know what I sound like on a response. I may not get it out exactly, but here goes. And you're doing it from a position of confidence based upon a depth and breadth of preparation, the likes of which you've never done before, you've never committed to before, and it shows. It shows to a promotion panel. So that was important to me. Extremely helpful toolkit, and listen to every podcast. So in just the toolkit, it's this broad approach that people take with the free materials and the specific bespoke toolkits for Sergeant, Inspector and Chief Inspector that really help kind of supercharge your preparation and your chances of success. Okay, I've got 2 more here I'm going to whip through quickly. People say they enjoy the testimonials, but they also enjoy me stopping a moment to reflect upon some insights into it. So I shall keep doing that until you put in the comments below. By the way, please do like these videos and subscribe to the channel, because if I do a new one, you'll be notified of it straight away. So, you know, unless people start putting comments in the bottom, please don't do any more videos, Steve. I shall keep going with this kind of feedback because I think it's helpful. People tend to allude to it being helpful, and they include that in their comments when they're successful. So This one's from Paul, who's also successful on the sergeant, so it's a real good run of sergeants at the moment. Hello Steve, I recently purchased one of your e-guides for promotion to sergeant. I also tuned into several of your free to watch YouTube videos. The e-guide was invaluable and I incorporated many of the ideas and structures into my examples for the board, which I'm pleased to say I passed. It worked a treat. I'm now much more confident around the promotion process generally. Thanks again, Paul. Short, sharp, sweet, to the point. Great, that's what the products and services are there for. The last one is from Dan. Hi Steve, I just wanted to pen a quick email of thanks to you. I recently passed my sergeant's board at the first attempt. I was one of those you speak about that left it very late to decide to apply. I have over 20 years service and I never thought promotion was me. When I decided to apply, I was definitely playing catch up. Your free downloads persuaded me to purchase the Sergeant's Toolkit with the interview bank of questions, the practice interview bank. I can honestly say that without them, I'm sure I'd have failed miserably. It was definitely money very well spent, and I will without doubt recommend your services to my colleagues thinking of promotion. I intend to seek promotion to inspector in due course. I have a plan, and I'll again use your resources to assist in that goal. This time I won't leave it to the last minute to prepare. Many thanks again, Dan. Proof of the pudding, I mean, it's really building up now. If you have a look at my testimonials page, it's really building up into something, a legacy that I can be proud of, and I hope that will be helpful and informative and supportive to you as a promotion candidate, that it can be done. If you prepare effectively, it's a lot easier than it is to prepare at the last minute, as some of those candidates allude to. It's still possible to do it. I know what it's like. People wait till the bell's rung and then they run around like a mad dash to get ahead of the curve. But for me personally, my own observation on that is it's probably already too late. That's a brutal reality, but it is. It's probably already too late. So if I was going to kind of make a suggestion or offer advice, I try not to offer advice, just point out and support your thinking. Start now. If you are someone who's taking the exam now, and I know you're going to get, I think it's 2 opportunities next year to take the sergeant's and the inspector's exam. So there may be many more of you interested in listening to this in due course. But if you're listening to it now and you have made that decision, which everybody makes at some stage, I think I've got what it takes to lead other people, then do something about it. Yes, you've kind of put yourself down to take the exam. You may even be qualified now, but do something. Grab yourself a new notebook, download my toolkits. No, you're not through the exam yet, but you've got a belief that you're going to get through, you're going to succeed, and you've made that decision that you think you've got what it takes to lead other people, and now you're going to put a plan in place to make it happen, to achieve your goal of securing a formal leadership position in policing, whether that's for sergeant inspector or chief inspector, and having a plan to do something about it, protecting the time, making it a priority amongst other things, weaving it into your CPD generally, all important decisions to make. But if you think you've got what it takes, those 2 words, start now, are the 2 words I would start anybody's aspirations off with. So the link to, just to recap, the link to my chat with Harry Tangye is down below, and you'll be able to find my guides and toolkits on my page, blogs on ranksuccess.co.uk. If your time is busy, I know you're busy, and you want to go straight to the PC to Sergeant's products, you can do that. And if you want to go straight to the Inspector, Chief Inspector's products, you can now do that. Don't forget the saver code RSGuides20, get you 20% off any product, any guide. People have different budgets and want to look at things at different times. So that budget helps cut across all of the products to ensure that you don't lose out in any other way. All that said, I don't think there's anything more. The only thing I would just say is just invest in yourself today and thank yourself tomorrow, which is effectively what those individuals have done, and the people on my testimonials page have done. They've made that decision to invest in themselves, and then they're now thanking themselves that they did it. And I can't think of anything a better way of doing it than that, because even if you are unsuccessful, and I would never encourage you to say that, and I generally don't say it, you're not unsuccessful, because the road to success and the road to failure is not instant. It's a gradient either way, and so you'll learn a lot. And many of the people on my testimonials page, whilst many of them get through first time, many of them also come to me having been unsuccessful previously, and they've just got those little gaps that they need to fill in order to get match fit and to go smash it and then move on, as my first testimonial did, from sergeant to inspector to chief inspector. And you'll see some people who follow this pathway that I'm alluding to, who have got from sergeant to chief inspector in 3 years. So whatever you think about that, and yes, those individuals are particularly capable individuals. Some of them, are very, very talented or at different stages of development. And it happens, it can happen. But if you want to get successful and you want to get through your promotion opportunity, then, start now, start thinking about it. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me, and I will be back with another video in due course. And until then, take care and stay safe.